It's a beautiful day at our church today, a beautiful day at your house. Would you come pray? Would you come sing? Won't you join our hope group? It's Father Forty's neighborhood, a land of church and family love. Won't you come and pray with me?
Come and pray.
It's Father Forty's neighborhood, so much to learn, so much to do. Won't you come and pray with me?
Come and pray.
I've got lots of friends for you to meet. In this hope group you will see a friendly face for you to see, just waiting to teach you. It's a beautiful day at our church today, a beautiful day at your house. Father Forty's neighborhood.
Christos anesti ek nekron, thanato thanaton ha, tis aske tis entis mnimasi zoin harisamenos. Christ is risen from the dead, by death trampling down upon death, and to those in the tombs he has granted life. Christos anesti ek nekron, thanato thanaton ha, tis aske tis entis mnimasi zoin harisamenos. Good morning, everyone. Christos anesti, alithos anesti. Christ is risen. Truly, he is risen. Welcome to our hope group. So we are in the middle of celebrating Easter week, or Bright Week as we call it, because Jesus has risen from the dead. And we sing this beautiful hymn, Christ is risen from the dead, to pronounce his resurrection. And we greet everyone during this period of time from right after Easter, or we call it Pascha in Greek, because Pascha literally means Passover. It's the translation of the Hebrew word Passover, Pasa, into Greek, which is Pascha. Because Jesus is Passover, really. He is the Passover lamb that was killed in order to bring us life. He brings us from death to life through his resurrection from the dead. And so it's such an exciting period of time as he was with his apostles for 40 days following his resurrection. So for the next 40 days, we greet each other by saying, Christ is risen, or Christos anesti, and we respond in Greek, alithos anesti, or in English, truly he is risen. It is a period of time of tremendous joy because Jesus has brought us life, true life, through his resurrection. And we sing the beautiful hymn, Christ is risen from the dead, by death trampling upon death, and to those in the tombs he has granted life. We sing this for the next 40 days in all of our church services, and we sing it in our morning prayers and our evening prayers. It is such a beautiful and joyful hymn, which pronounces and expresses the joyful proclamation of our Lord's resurrection. Also, you know, at Pascha, we have the celebration of Easter eggs, which symbolize Jesus's blood on the cross, and then the egg symbolizes his tomb, which was cracked open, if you will, when he rose from the dead. And this is why we have this tradition on Pascha that we crack Easter eggs. And when we crack it, we say, Christos anesti, or Christ is risen. And that the cracking of the egg symbolizes Jesus' resurrection. And the red symbolizes his blood, which was shed for us on the cross. there is a beautiful story about St. Mary Magdalene when she was having dinner with Tiberius Caesar. And Tiberius Caesar was very puzzled about St. Mary Magdalene, talking to him about the resurrection of Christ. And he said, my dear, he says, no, it's impossible for man to rise from the dead. It's just as impossible for man to rise from the dead than that egg which you're holding to turn red in your hand. And immediately the egg turned red, so that Tiberius Caesar would know that indeed that Jesus has risen from the dead. So we have this great tradition of Easter eggs, which we already know goes back to even St. Mary Magdalene when meeting Tiberius Caesar. Of course, you know that St. Mary Magdalene was one of the myrrh-bearing women. She was one who followed Jesus as he was with his apostles, and she is a very beloved saint of the church. And so this story goes back to the very first century following Jesus' resurrection from the dead. We hold Paschal candles at Pascha because the candle symbolizes light, that Jesus is light, and light has overcome darkness. So in other words, life has overshadowed death. We no longer need to fear death because of Jesus' resurrection, and so we need to take the light of the resurrection, the symbol of the light being Jesus himself, and bring this joy, this faith, this knowledge to the entire world, and take light everywhere we go. That is the love and the message of God's love in Jesus Christ. God bless you all. Christos anesti, alithos anesti. Christ has risen. Truly he is risen. Christos anesti ek nekron thanaton patisas ke tis entis masi zoin harisa menos. And one last thing.
It's a beautiful day at our church today, a beautiful day at your house. Father Flonty's neighborhood.